Ian.
Dave.
What you drinking tonight, buddy?
I've got white wine and a bubbly boy.
There you go.
Neither the twain shall meet.
You have the deconstructed wine spritzer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I got a bubbly boy as well. Cheers, Ian. Welcome to Apex Adjacent, episode 424. I'm Dave. You're Ian. Buddy?
Greetings and salutations.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of just rando stuff to talk about tonight, I feel like.
We do. And I'm looking forward to talk. I've been looking forward to talking to you. Yeah.
It's been a whole 48 hours since we've seen each other.
Right. Since we unspooned from one another. Yeah. You know, I do want to, I don't think, did we talk about the track day that I did with PETA on the show at all?
We didn't. We didn't. And I will say before you get started on it, just to preface this conversation, I'm very jealous of the track day you got to do with PETA because I really wanted to go to it.
Right.
I could not make it happen. It
was a wild day. Yeah. It was very interesting. It would have been so fantastic if you would have been there as well. But PETA and I had a great time. So I am embracing and really enjoying my role as just the track side guy.
Mm-hmm. Like paddock mother. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I was running Track Addict on my phone for PETA and doing all the data logging and everything. And we'll get into
starting the lap with your hand back into the back seat and then putting it up towards the windshield at the end of the lap just to give him just that.
I wish I should, right? I wish, but I get motion sick at the track. And so I didn't take a single lap. I was on the side the whole time and I had a great day is the thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So first of all, it's fantastic to see PETA excel and do really well at the track because he's put tons of work in. And there were so many instances where I don't think he got past really very much at all. Maybe a couple cars that had triple the horsepower as he does, right? In his M3. But there were so many times where they PETA would be behind somebody, disappear over the hill in turn 4, and then come out the hairpin ahead of the person, right?
Yeah.
And that just kept happening over and over again. And I had I have a screenshot of it from my iPad. I was running the Track Addict, the streaming that they have, which is pretty basic. Have you seen this?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Yeah. So these are, I think this is from session 1, maybe something like that. What time is this noon. Yeah. So this was the first session. Our boy was down, pulled 3 consecutive 2:11 laps during his last session, just crushing it. But so I was watching on my iPad while my phone was streaming the Track Addict data out. And so I could tell where he was, his speed predicted lap, stuff like that. And I was having a great time. Yeah, it was really cool.
That's great.
It was a wild day because I drove almost 400 miles that day.
Why?
Yeah, why indeed, Ian? Oh, I'm not showing people on the browser. So there we go. There's the Track Addict. That's what. Yeah, so that's with Track Addict Pro. It has a free streaming thing built in.
Yeah, and it looks like timing and scoring for any race.
Yep.
Series that you would follow. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Cool. I can see my boy's position on the track. Right.
Yeah.
So there's a secret project up in Fort Collins that I'll talk about at a later date. But I went up there to do a thing for an hour or so. Mm-hmm. Then, so from my house to almost fucking Wyoming is where I was, right? Because you go past Fort Collins, right? And I'm just now realizing why I haven't worn the tracksuit top for a while because the zipper, I'm wearing a tracksuit, everybody. The zipper's hitting the headphone cable and it's picking up the zipper noise, dragging it, or the.
I can't hear it if that's a.
Oh, no, it's just annoying for me. And that's all that matters. Yeah. So I drove from my house to way north side of Fort Collins. Drove from Fort Collins to meet PETA at the track at High Plains Raceway.
Whoa.
Obviously, I'm taking Luther for this. I'm taking the LS460.
Right.
Right. This is what that car is for.
Because you're not deaf. So
yeah, exactly.
So that you did instead of the Fiat 500. Yeah.
Yeah. I still have nerve endings in my tuchus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Drove back from High Plains back up to Fort Collins.
Whoa.
Dropping PETA's car off for winter storage along the way. Was up there for a little bit. Then drove PETA south of my house to get picked up by his boo, Alita. And then, Alita and I were basically like the divorced parents doing the kid handoff at the Costco parking lot. Yeah. Amazing. And then drove home. So yeah, I drove a lot that day.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So secret project and lap time, lap side or course side maiden with PETA. And it was really fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah, so I've been digging into the Track Addict data, like the CSV files that it generates.
Okay.
Because what I like to do, let me see if I'm logged in, if I can pull this up. I think, have I shown the sheets, like data stuff that I've started putting together for PETA? Here, let's go here. And this is very exciting. Ginger navigating Google Sheets on a podcast. Okay, so
Dave does spreadsheets, the podcast.
Exactly, right? Yeah, so here's PETA's data from the track time.
Oh, nice.
And we have like his previous track time almost a little bit over a year ago to kind of compare everything to. Same car, right? Same driver, right? A little bit of setup tweaking, but like I have all of his fastest segments mapped out, his average times for the segments, kind of like where there's the potential for like maybe most improvement, stuff like that. The speed, min max averages.
What's interesting, that one thing that pops out to me right away is that in none of his 3 fastest laps does he have a fastest segment, fastest sector.
Right.
So he's got what that tells me he's still got more to go.
He still has more to go, but also I think it's a lot of smoothness. I think smoothness is the thing that's really paying off, right? And so what I want to do now, what I'm working on, is figuring out why a specific segment is the fastest, or sector is what they call them. Why a specific sector is. So I'm writing some scripts to parse the CSV data and extract. I've already extracted like just a good generic, because all of this here is manual, unfortunately, Ian, right? Like me putting it in from Track Addict, like myself, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. This is a labor of love, Ian. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know that there are things that will do this automatically, right?
They cost money, and you have to be running different software and stuff like this. This is what we're trying to do with a $10 iPhone app.
Yeah.
And is this, Ginger with free time.
And just for so he has a E36 M3.
Yes.
Is he running the stock ECU?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's harder.
And this is, so it's not an OBD2 car. This is the earlier generation that it's not the 333 horsepower M3. It's the one with less, right? The 200 something, right?
Right.
Which is even more impressive, right? Yeah.
No, I mean, these are great. I was more talking about for the data part, because like if it's an aftermarket ECU, then you can get all sorts of crazy data out of it.
You could, you could. But here's what you can do for about $10 and some free time: is you have a Ginger that knows PowerShell and knows how to parse the fuck out of CSV files, right? Yeah. And so I am writing scripts that it's actually parsing out and going to automate all of this. Not only that, it's going to pull more data out of it. Wouldn't you like to know like how fast he was in each sector, what each sector specific average speed was, exit speed, like the quantity of braking that was done in each sector, like that kind of stuff? I'll be able to get that with my nerdy data. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing that's the bad thing about not having data from the car, is like that was one thing that was, when I was driving with the Miata team, was very helpful, was being able to look at my braking data, especially versus my teammates, to see, if I was braking too early or if I was braking too much, which was more the problem than earliness. Yeah. So yeah, that's interesting. I also think it would be interesting to know exactly where these sector demarcations are, because I'm guessing.
Yeah, they're right here. Yeah, there you go. It's all mapped out in Track Addict. But just to loop back real quick on what you were saying about braking, I will be able to pull braking data just from the GPS acceleration. And be able to parse that out. Yeah, because in the CSV, there's a braking 1 or 0 that it recognizes you're braking or not based on how it's seeing the GPS.
Well, and I guess there's an accelerometer in the iPhone too, so you should be able to get G-force as well, right?
I like what you're saying about that because I've already figured all that out, and it's already in the CSV data. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. Honestly, that's an impressive amount of data for not having CAN bus access. Like,
you are correct.
I don't know if people realize like
what I'm doing here. Yeah.
What you're doing manually.
Right. Right.
Versus like what like a standalone ECU would give you.
Yeah.
But that's an investment of, probably $1,000 to do that. And
then adding a whole nother layer of complexity on top of a very well-running car.
Right. Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's a whole nother factor, right?
Plus a bunch of wiring he'd have to do and all the other stuff.
Right. So, right. Yeah. So I think that when I have this kind of like suite of scripts written, I'll just be able to, and let's say you and PETA go drive the car at the track. I will be able to differentiate and give you guys breakdowns of how you were different.
Oh, wow.
Right. With this same kind of stuff, because not only in my kind of like new version of this, not only am I pulling like session lap sector, I'm pulling driver as well. Right. Yeah. So, yeah.
I think it's really interesting because like sector 2 is the end of the straight, is the end of the big straight. Right. Yep. So, that's
one of the most critical braking zones.
It's probably the most critical braking zone. And it's also interesting because that last little part of sector 2 is the distance between turns 4 and 5, which is where you can really screw up all of sector 3 for yourself.
Right. Yeah.
So you can be really fast through turn 4 and carry tons of speed, but you can really screw yourself over by doing that.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be cool to see your exit speed for sector 2 and your like how it impacted your sector 3s?
Yeah.
All that's going to be possible.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So his theoretical fastest lap
is a 208.991.
If you strung all those sectors together.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the theoretical laps are always a little odd because like it's one of those things where like a fast segment itself doesn't mean that you're setting yourself up best for making the next segment the fastest.
Well, yeah, I think what we were just talking about
the wrong position. Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about is a great example of that, where you could have a just blistering fast sector 2 and really bone yourself into sector 3,
right?
Because of that.
Yeah.
There's a couple of sections on the track that are like that. I mean, sector 4 is another good example.
It really is.
That ends in the hairpin.
Right. Yeah.
And so if you just overcook it and compromise your exit out of the hairpin, your sector 4 time will look amazing.
Right.
But you're going to pay for it all the way until the middle of sector 6.
Right. Yeah. It carries through so far. Right. Also, so like all of that kind of like entry exit, like blah, 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 all that's like my next phase, right? That I'm working on now. My kind of third phase of this is that each sector, I will have a monolithic YouTube video of the entire time. And each sector will have a URL that's generated that goes to that specific time of that sector.
Oh, wow.
So you can click on like, why am I fast in this sector? You click on it, you watch it, and you're like, oh, I was like 5 feet from the curb here, like that kind of thing, right? Because you want to know ultimately what you need to do to repeat the things that worked before.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's a really cool idea. I mean, that sounds like a ton of work.
Well, it should not be, because if I do, well, it's that thing where it's a ton of work up front, but then for every track day after that, If I put the work in to automate this, then it's negligible after. But Track Addict has timestamps, right? And so if I'm extracting time, YouTube has a time offset that you can add to a URL string, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I can concatenate like a motherfucker, Ian.
Well, I will say, I mean, they're getting like super into the weeds now, but like it'd be interesting to see if those timestamps translate to, like if the processing of the video by YouTube makes a difference.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like it'll be small, but it might end up being noticeable. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
that's really cool.
I mean, that's why we're doing time and not frames, right? Because like, let's say YouTube cuts a 30 frame per second video down to 24 frame per second, then then a second is still a second. Right.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, this has gotten way nerdier than I planned, but I figured you would appreciate the I don't know, like making a lot out of not much and just basically kludging together some scripts to do some track data analysis.
Yeah, no, that's super cool.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Yeah.
It would not have occurred to me that you could just extract CSVs from Track Addict, but it makes sense that they're pulling that data from someplace too. So
yeah, and I mean, Track Addict just does provide like a fancy coat on some of that data, right?
Right.
And then like if you really want to figure it out, like it's there. You can do it, Yeah. Yeah, you just have to know how to wrangle and format. It is seriously just PowerShell that is just wrangling and formatting data. Yeah. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Nice work.
Thanks. Yeah. Speaking of track stuff, I've been helping my brother-in-law with his sim. Like I get called for sim support every now and then, his racing sim setup, right?
Yes.
I remote in, like I click a couple things and he's off and running again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's currently driving the Audi R18 LMP1 car on the Nürburgring. That's like his new thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
He's been doing the Ferrari F1 car on a bunch of tracks. He's done Spa a whole bunch, right?
Yeah.
And so now he's doing the Audi is it LMP1?
Yeah.
Yeah, LMP1. Yeah, Le Mans prototype, or is that okay?
Yep, this is right.
Yeah, the it's like a V6 diesel TDI with like
it's bonkers.
It sounds like a tractor is what it sounds like.
Yes, but I mean it's also like that's a big car to have on the Nürburgring.
It is. Yeah.
Like it's just a wide car.
Yeah. Yeah, the e-tron Quattro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's having fun with it. But like when we were talking, I for some reason in my head I thought it was the Porsche, like the 919 hybrid.
Oh yeah.
Right? And so I watched that video again of the 919 pulling the crazy fast lap on the Nürburgring, dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's so crazy. Well, the 919 lap on Puck's Peak too is crazy as well.
I haven't watched that one. Jesus.
That's insane. No, this is bonkers though.
Yeah. Yeah. If you haven't watched that video for a while, or if you haven't seen it, we'll put a link in the YouTube description. Just watch it. Like you can definitely take 5 minutes and 48 seconds and watch it. It looks like you're watching it on 3 times speed. I know, right? Yeah, here, I'll play just a little bit of it.
It's so insane.
It looks like you're watching a video on fast forward.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Look at the guy's head shaking it around. What Timo, is that his name?
Is that Timo Glock?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he's an XF1 driver. Yeah, man. Laps like this, you watch the onboards and you're like, because it's easy to watch racing coverage.
Yes.
And be like, oh, well, they're not doing much. And then you watch shit like this, the onboards, and you're like, oh my God, these are super human beings. Also, Timo Glock, he was a pretty good F1 driver.
Was he?
He was pretty good.
Okay. Yeah.
He was. He wasn't. He's not talked about in the same category as like, Alonso or Hamilton or Schumacher or any of the other people that he drove against. But still pretty good driver.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. I mean, if you watch him, it looks like he is in an earthquake, but the camera stabilization for the car itself is just like, for the car cam, the POV camera is just like, it makes it look super smooth, but he is getting beat the hell up. Yeah.
Well, have you seen the driver's eye cameras that they're putting in the helmets now?
No.
Oh my God. Dude,
okay.
It's crazy looking. So especially, they started doing it, especially the last year or two in F1. And so it's an actual, it's in the helmet.
Oh, wow.
It's
so like if they need to do the peel and everything.
Yes.
This is all they fucking see? Look at this.
It's insane.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and this is Azerbaijan too. So this is really narrow.
Yeah. With nothing but 90-degree turns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
My God.
This is a bad example, but I mean, he's doing 170 miles an hour here. Right?
with a windshield that looks like, or with a visor that looks like it hasn't been washed since 1973.
Yeah. That's like an inch and a half long. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
The camera angles on the outside of the car just do not do it justice.
But
the other onboard that I always think about is the what's the rally guy's name? Sebastian
Loeb.
Sebastian Loeb of Pikes Peak.
Pikes Peak, yep.
That onboard is one of my favorite things ever, because it is just so crazy looking.
Yeah.
And if you could get an onboard of a crazy race car on a road that you've driven, I feel like that makes a difference.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is another one. It looks like you're watching it in fast forward. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
And Sebastian Loeb, quite possibly I would put him as within one of the top 3 greatest rally drivers of all time. I mean, I
would say top 5 motorsport athletes ever.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so dominant, and he does other disciplines really well.
Oh yeah.
He's amazing.
Right.
And he's just
put a link for this one too. This video is going to be us telling you what videos you should be watching.
Yeah. He's just so calm.
Dude, yeah.
Even more so than other very calm race drivers.
Right.
It's the best. I love this video so much. I could watch this all day.
I went on a little bit of a rabbit hole for old Marcus Grundholm interviews, the Finnish rally driver. He's so great. Yeah, a while ago. Somehow he came across my feed on Instagram Reels or something, and I just kept going Grundholm. Yeah, he's great. Yeah. He was always all the weird Finnish emotions, and then a translation layer that he is trying to get something through. Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of my favorites too.
Right.
Oh, God, that was such a good era.
Yeah.
But Sebastian Loeb.
Yeah.
Jesus, do yourself a favor if you haven't seen this.
Did you ever see that video of Sebastian Loeb driving? I think in one of the African rallies with just nothing but dust, and you could see what the rear diffuser was actually doing.
Oh,
on the rally car.
It's the Dakar video, I think. I have seen that. Yeah. You could just see it vortexing off. Yeah.
Right. Really cool. Yeah. Anyway, this is Ian and Dave watch videos.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. But I do want to say, Ian, when we talk about best videos, I haven't talked to you about this, but I want to have a year-end special this year. I want to see if you're on board with this. Here's what I'm pitching. Can I pitch you?
Yeah.
Ian? Okay.
Live on the tape.
Live on the show. Okay. All right, Ian. Here we go. All right. Thank you for seeing me today. I really appreciate your time. You're supposed to ask me if I want water or anything.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, did you get a complimentary water or coffee on your way in? There's snacks.
You never take the water. That's a trick, Ian. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. So what I would like to do is I would like people to follow in our buddy Johnny's footsteps and send us pictures of their cars. And I think that on the year-end special, I think you and I, we just show our listeners' cars on the show, and we talk about them. We talk about how much we like them, how cool we think they are, Everything. I don't care what it is. I want to see it. This is like a show me your pets kind of video, right? There is no bad car that you could send us. Even if it's a Buick Encore, send it and we're here for it. Yeah.
Now, are we making fun of cars?
No, this is Ian, this is a happy and supportive place.
Yeah.
We're not making fun of anyone's cars.
Yep.
And
I will say,
we're not saying that in jest.
If you were going to hire a staff member for a happy and supportive place, I'm not sure you could do worse.
Okay. All right. Well, here, let's try this. Okay. So the photo from our buddy Jonny, thank you, Jonny, that inspired this idea. I want to show you this photo, Ian, and let me see if you can shit on this video, buddy. All right. All right. Automotive Eeyore. Let's see what happens. All right. First off, we have to start it off with a beep beep. I'm a big boy. Because Johnny's coming in as a resident beep beep. I'm a big boy, right?
Okay.
Because it's his badass Ford Excursion, right? Ian, look at that video or look at that picture.
Yes. Now, I will say I do not agree with Johnny's choice of rims here.
I do. I'm here for it. They rule. You have a big ass SUV. Go crazy on the wheels.
I am not here for the wheels, but as like a tow vehicle, tow pig / family hauler, you could do worse than one of these for sure.
And are we not going to talk about the license plate and the location, Ian?
Okay, well, I see the Road America. Oh, he has the Road America license plate too.
Ian, he stopped at the main gate of Road America to take this picture for us.
Yes, that's great. I love that. And I know he uses this for race car things. It's very cool.
Yes, this is an awesome photo.
Yeah. I will say that this does remind me of another video that I want to point other people to. That's not one of ours.
What is it?
Have you seen? I tweeted about it. Have you ever watched the Team O'Neill rally videos?
No.
Okay, so Team O'Neill. So they do the O'Neill Rally School, like up in the Northeast someplace. Like
okay. I don't, but I'm with you, buddy. Yes.
Okay, so they have one of their instructors, and he does like instructional videos on like, well, this is how you do like a Scandinavian flick. This is how you do a pendulum turn. This is how you do a handbrake turn, whatever, like rally stuff. But then they also do a series called Will It Rally?
Okay.
And this week they released one on a Ford F-450 dually King Ranch.
I saw a clip of that. and them drifting it.
Amazing.
Yes.
He was like, we had to pull 3 fuses to get this to work. I loved it so much.
Nice.
Anyway.
Nice. Yes.
Anyway, so yeah, do yourself a Team O'Neill, the Ford F-450 Will It Drift. Oh, it's so good.
I love that. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So
Will It Rally, he calls it. Will It Rally, not Will It
Rally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want people to send us pictures of their cars. So I'm going to put a post on Instagram, on Twitter, on Blue Sky. Just send us your pictures of your cars. And we'll talk about them on our year-end show. I would love that. That would make me so happy. So,
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. DM them to us. Text them 720-515-1391. Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
That sounds great.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. What else? You have stuff for us, Ian.
I have a rental car report.
Okay, let's do it. You took a trip, buddy.
I did. I took a trip. I went to Hawaii for work.
Yeah.
I went to 2 islands. I went to Maui and then I went to Oahu. And in Maui, I had a rental car. And I had a 2023 Ford Mustang.
Oh, okay.
Hardtop.
Okay. All right.
And the basest base model you can get.
Okay.
Because here's the thing with this car. It was the 4-cylinder turbo, which is fine.
Sure.
Which we've driven that engine in a few things, and it's great.
Yeah.
This transmission was the most hateful, awful thing.
Oh no!
First of all, it was a tin top, so like, I get why rental car companies would have Mustang convertibles in Hawaii because you want to you're in Hawaii, you want a convertible. The last time I was there, I rented a Miata, so I get it. Like that's
right.
That's the idea. But they also had like a bunch of like Chargers and Mustangs and Camaros and stuff with like tin tops, and I'm like, what? Why? Why?
What is this tin top term you're using? I'm not familiar. Just like a hard top.
Hard top. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Tin top means like no sunroof, no.
What Ginger likes. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Which, if I was buying like if I was going to spec a track car,
sure,
with a better transmission or engine or suspension or interior or any number of things, that's what I would go for.
Okay.
But when you turn up in Hawaii, you just want a convertible, right? That's the only feature you care about.
Right.
This had no other features either, so it wasn't like I was spoiled for other features.
Okay.
The one thing it did have is cooled seats, which
okay, for my boy.
Yeah. Yes, that was required.
Yeah, for lemony thicket over here.
Yeah, but like, okay, so the base model, I've never driven a model Mustang before that not only had an automatic transmission, but also gave you no ability to shift the transmission.
Oh, okay.
It didn't even have didn't have paddles, and it also didn't have anything on the gear selector whatsoever to select a gear.
Yeah.
Or hold a gear. And so the shifts were like very violent to where like in sport mode, it was nearly undrivable.
Really?
Like it was bad.
Like completely unpredictable.
Yeah.
Very disruptive to the car's balance and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And,
wow.
But not even at low speed, it would drop down at like a weird, without notice. You know, I don't take like big stabs at the throttle or anything like when I'm driving. I don't.
A rental car.
I'm a fairly smooth driver, but like even at like low speed, it would just like clunk into gear and just sling you forward.
Okay, all right, and not in a cool way.
No, not in like a hey, I wanted this to happen sort of way.
Right,
as in like a what are you doing to me sort of way.
Right. What, this now kind of way?
Right. Maybe it was broken. I don't know. But it was in sport mode undrivable.
Wow.
So I had to keep it in like comfort mode the whole time.
Did that cause you harm to your body? Like
I was like, I don't like doing this, but I'm doing it. Yeah. It was like this goes against everything. But yeah, I didn't take it out of normal mode. I drove it in sport mode for like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do this.
That's the equivalent of eating your automotive vegetables, Ian.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. It was not a good car.
Oh, weird. Huh.
Yeah.
I was
very disappointed.
Yeah. And you didn't find a garage that would do a manual swap for you?
I had that car for 24 hours.
All right, guys, here's the challenge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to lose the shop.
Okay.
We're going to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to Tony Angelo. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't get one of these. I was between this and the Jeep Wrangler, and I wish I had gotten the Wrangler.
Okay. Soft top Wrangler.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You could have been a beach boy.
I could have been a beach boy.
You could have been like Claire in Clueless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. You maybe get up to 60 miles an hour anywhere in Hawaii. Right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Never been there. Yeah.
There's just not a lot of real estate.
Right.
There's a lot of cars. So it's hard to go fast. And the roads aren't great.
Okay.
And there's chickens everywhere.
Ah, okay.
So, you can't really go fast. So why get a sports car? I mean, the Miata was fun because it was a convertible.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway.
And you could catch chickens from the car and put them in.
Yes.
Have you ever hit a chicken? Are they that bad that people hit chickens? Is that like a roadkill?
People hit chickens and pigs.
Pigs.
On Hawaii, I saw
both
chicken and pig roadkill while I was there.
Oh man, okay.
I have never hit anything larger than a large bug with my car.
Wow, lucky you.
I don't know how.
Yeah,
I've gotten very close on several occasions.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've never hit a bird or mammal.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah.
Several fish, though.
One very confused bus rider. Yeah.
And many more fish fans.
Yes, exactly. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah. So that's my rental car report. Cool seats, good. Everything else, not so good.
Oh man, that stinks.
Yeah.
I remember I had the EcoBoost Mustang. Yeah, the with the automatic transmission, and I drove it to Kansas City and back, and it was convertible, and I hated it. But the engine and transmission were fine. I never thought about anything other than, like, I never thought about those things. Those were the two things that did not concern me. Everything else I couldn't stand.
Did you try to put it in sport mode?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I was driving to Missouri. I had to
just out of boredom.
Yeah, I had to figure out buttons at some point. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe this one had just gotten ragged or something was wrong with it. But
weird.
It was awful.
Yeah. Huh. That stinks, man. Yeah.
Anyway, I only had it for a day, and then I had a great time. So
yeah, right on. Nice. And Hawaii was good to you? Did you see any cool cars in Hawaii? Did you see the Booty Patrol truck again?
I did not see the Booty Patrol truck.
Okay.
I did see a pretty sweet K truck that I didn't manage to get a picture of.
Okay.
I saw a couple of those kind of flash by, like Japanese K trucks, which I will say the one thing in Hawaii that I love is the culture of small pickups there.
Oh God. Yeah. Mini trucking, right?
It's the perfect car for Hawaii. It really is.
Yeah.
And there's so many of them. And now now there's like the little K trucks too, which are just amazing. And so perfect for that place. But
right on. Nice. Yeah. Mini trucks are in my blood, man. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Love a mini truck. Yeah. I saw that crazy Datsun again, like the Ratsun with the like side exhaust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that again. Yeah, they were at a stoplight. I waved at them, but I don't think they saw me. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So what else, man? Yeah.
There's a new car that just got announced, and I want to get this is another good like new car news.
Okay.
We get Dave's reaction to it.
Yeah.
So this is something that like a lot of like non-car people, I think, have been kind of talking about.
Oh, okay.
A category of car which has not yet been fully electrified.
Okay.
But it makes the most sense to be fully electrified.
Okay. Is it a train?
Those have been electrified for quite some time. No, a category of car. So, and in particular, I don't know if you ever listened to the Chris Hayes' podcast, because Chris Hayes from MSNBC, he has a news podcast.
Oh, okay.
And he always talks about like, why don't we have this?
Okay.
Well, Volvo went and did it.
Oh,
so they're announcing it. It's going to be a luxury version, which I'm so about, but it looks very cool. So the Volvo EM90 was announced.
Okay. Oh, little minivan, long range living room on wheels. The EV
Volvo
van
has never done a minivan before.
Okay. But I would imagine that when they do it, they're going to freaking crush it.
It looks amazing. It has like wool seats. It's going to be very expensive. It starts at over $100,000, but it's like the newer. I'm assuming there's going to be cheaper versions of this eventually.
Sure.
But I love the way it looks.
Yeah.
I think it looks very cool, and we're big fans of the minivan as a genre.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
I mean, look at that.
Right? Yeah. That is awesome.
Quarter view is really cool. You need to look at the interior though, because the interior is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Did they just like totally blow it out for the interior? Let's see here. Let me come on. We're scrolling. We're going. We're split.
And apparently this is like the production version It just looks great. The seats again are wool.
Okay.
Which is very cool, but the back seats is where it's at.
Okay. All right. Let's see. You got a big tablet.
There you go.
Oh, it looks like you have first class airline seats, is what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're taking the Maybach to the minivan, which they should have it to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's great.
Tell me more about these wool seats. Is this like a
maybe these are leather, but I saw pictures earlier of like a wool seat option, and it looked really cool.
Okay. Like it maybe as like a more sustainable material?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I love a merino wool. I love a wool stuff. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I think an electric minivan.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
It does. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like you kind of are in this rectangle anyway,
right?
That you need to build.
Yeah.
And you want a flat floor in a minivan.
Yeah.
And most minivan trips are pretty short.
Right.
Right. Like people aren't going cross country in the minivan necessarily. So
sometimes they're road trip cars, but like the main duty of a minivan is carting lots of people around town all the time. Right?
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. You're exactly right.
Perfect application for an electric car, because you can make it a literal box and get all of the storage. Yeah. Right.
Like, here are the boundaries of what we have to work with in this physical space, right? A length, a height, and a width. Why not just push it all out? Right.
Right. I want to know if there's a huge ass frunk in this or not.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, you would think. Yeah. You would think. I bet there is. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's very cool.
Yeah.
I really like it. I'm kind of excited about it. I guess it's debuting in China first.
Oh,
and then other markets later.
Yeah, it's based on a Chinese electric minivan called the Zeekr 009.
My goodness.
Yes, that's like a Mansari version of the Volvo, right?
It
but
really is.
I think our buddy Kevin Williams covered the Zeekr.
Okay.
Yeah, he's riding with an EV outlet now. Yeah.
Oh, right. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
congratulations to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm excited about electric minivans. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
And I think they will sell 1 million of them here if they bring it.
Right? Yeah. Could you ever convince your wife to buy an electric minivan?
I think 100% we could. I could, yeah.
Yeah, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think more than an SUV. She has the same problem with SUVs that I do, which is the posturing part.
Yeah, they don't do anything well. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But a minivan, okay.
Mm-hmm. Especially if it's electric, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the final thing that would sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Because I petitioned you getting a Ford Flex, but you didn't like that.
Yeah, I know people love those cars. It has just never done it for me.
Really?
I've never been into it. I know that I'm in the minority, and I'm a Ford Flex well-wisher. Sure, everybody. But I don't know. I've never liked it.
Yeah? Huh.
Yeah, not for me.
I would get one. Yeah. I dig it. Yeah. Anyway. Nice, buddy.
Anyway.
Yeah. I like the Volvo. I like the Volvo EM90. Thank you for showing me what that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig that. The interior looks really good.
I like this new segment where we surprise Dave with a new car.
Well, I'm surprising you with a show topic, so it's because for mental health reasons, I barely ever open Twitter anymore. So yeah. So there you go.
It's good. It's good. Good distinction.
That's what a lot of people tell me.
So what do you think? Should we close out with an album of the week?
Yeah, you said you have 2 albums, mister.
I do have 2 albums of the week.
Okay.
So I have, because let me make sure my days are wrong. So next week is Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And we will have a sort of a Thanksgiving themed interview.
Yes.
That we're doing, someone that we're very thankful for.
Yes.
But we didn't do an album of the week.
Right.
And so I have a Thanksgiving sort of themed album of the week.
Okay.
For next week. And then I have an album of the week for this week. So for this week, we'll start with that.
Okay.
For this week, I want to go with the new Mitski album.
How do you spell that?
Mitski. Just go enter. The album title is very long.
The land is inhospitable, and so are we, just like Ian.
Which is a great album title.
It is. Yeah.
Second of all, man, Dave came over to my house earlier.
Wait, what?
Yes. He was comatose, but it was fine. He came over to my house earlier this week, and we did a vinyl night. We got to listen to some records.
Yes. I had a wonderful time. Yeah.
Great. And
I already have 2 for next vinyl night.
See, that's what it does to you. You're like, oh, they don't know about this one. But we talked about this record. We didn't listen to it, but we talked about it. Mitski, I've always liked her, but like she's never, like, the other albums have never really grabbed me for whatever reason, and this makes me want to go back and re-listen to them. But this album is like one of my favorites of the year.
Okay.
Like up there with that Sufjan record. It's beautiful, and the lyrics are great, and it's got some like weird like alt country stuff going on, but also just like beautiful instrumentation. A+, like super good.
Okay.
Really, really good.
Okay.
Yeah. Really like this record a lot.
Okay.
And then so for next week.
Yeah.
So I wanted to play something this is another record that we talked about while you were here.
Yeah.
I'll be sentimental and say this is a shout out to Dave.
Oh.
All that he's been really carrying the show for the last couple of months, I think.
You've been very, very busy, sir. Yeah.
It's been stupid.
Yeah.
And so I very much appreciate you and everything
not a problem, buddy. I appreciate you.
All of this happen. So I wanted to do something that I think that it's probably, if I could think of a record that we have the most shared admiration towards, like that would be the highest on both of our lists.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Slayer, Rain and Blood.
Right, yeah. I'm going to go with, and it just got remastered this year, so it's a good excuse to go back and re-listen to it.
Okay.
Portishead Live.
Oh, the New York
Roseland
City one.
Ballroom.
Yeah.
Yes. It just came out. The remaster just came out.
Okay.
And it sounds fucking fantastic. I don't know if it came out on vinyl or not. I know it came out, but man, this record is so good. I've been listening to Strangers off of this.
Okay.
Just on repeat for the last couple of days. I don't know why, but
okay. Man, hey, sometimes we're drawn towards something, right?
Yeah. There's also a really great subgenre of YouTube videos of people seeing this and hearing Portishead for the first time. Okay. And just being like, what the fuck is this?
Okay. Nice. Like Portishead reaction videos?
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Portishead reaction videos are hilarious. But yeah, this came out 25 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just hard to believe.
Right.
And it still sounds so good.
That's awesome, man. Okay. I will listen to the remaster for sure. Yeah. I'll put that on tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Hey, hang on. Here, we're going to do this live.
Okay.
Hey, Siri, tomorrow at 9:15 a.m., remind me to listen to the new Portishead remaster Roseland NYC live album. Thank you. I love you. Bye.
Do you say thank you, I love you, bye, so that way Siri doesn't attack you?
Thank you, Siri. Yeah, I'm trying to get in AI's good graces now. Mm-hmm, yeah. So that way when they take over, I'll have less things interfaced to my body.
Yeah, that'll definitely work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I mean, I've seen Portishead live. It was phenomenal. It was one of the best shows I've ever seen. Yeah.
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 Very jealous of that.
Yeah.
Never seen them.
You have concerts I'm jealous of, sir. So, you know. Yeah.
One of my favorite bands of all time, and this album just like it gets better as it gets older, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Right.
So yeah. Anyway.
Hey Siri, at 9:20 a.m. tomorrow morning, remind me to text Ian to tell him how much I'm enjoying the Portishead album. Thank you. I love you. Bye. I could say that to Ian too. Just add that on there, Siri.
Dave, I think we did a car show.
Yeah, we did.
We're both very sleepy.
Oh, Siri is still listening to me. Jesus. Okay. Well, she's obviously listening to me. Yeah. Yeah, we are sleepy. Yeah, we're tired boys, BOIZ. But yeah, please, people, send us pictures of your cars for our year-end show. I just want that. I want to see your cars. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna rein Ian in and make sure he's not mean to you. Okay.
I'm not mean.
I'm going back to the Jonny picture because I think this is like, if this is what Jonny is just opening with, like, this is badass. It
looks great. It's just not my taste in wheels.
That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. You're wrong, but that's perfectly fine.
The rest of it is A+.
The Road America Gate. Ian, we've been there, buddy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. We ate some food and drank some brown water. Yeah, that was sold to us as coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alleged coffee.
Yeah. But send us your pictures. I'm going to do a call out on Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff for them. 720-515-1390. Email them apexadjacent.
1391.
Oh, yeah, 1391. Thank you. Yeah. My personal phone number ends in 0. That's why that came in there. Yeah.
Apexadjacent at gmail.com.
Yeah.
We're on the Twitter. We're on the Blue Sky. We're on the Instagram occasionally.
Yep.
Anything else? Did I miss anything?
I don't know. Listen to Ian's albums, Mitski, and definitely listen to the Portishead album. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. What do you think is an appropriate album driving to Thanksgiving, family Thanksgiving, and from Thanksgiving? How would you stack those?
Oh, that's a good idea. I think it depends. So I think the Mitski one is definitely more melancholy.
Okay. All right.
So whichever I would say Mitski on the way back.
Okay.
And then Portishead on the way there.
Okay. All right.
Alternatively, if your family dynamic is like,
see, this is what I want to get into.
I need some like future sounding shit, because Portishead, this is the thing about Portishead, is it still sounds like the future.
Yeah.
Like even now,
right.
It still sounds like the future. I would say Portishead the one back. So
okay.
Depending on what you're craving, if you want to wallow,
okay,
Mitski.
Okay.
If you want to hear the future, Portishead.
Okay. If you want to look forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
By listening to an album that's 25
years old
versus an album that came out 2 weeks ago.
Hey, yeah, we don't make the rules, people.
Yeah.
We did make the rules. Yeah. Okay. All right. I like that. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, this will be the last time we talk to people before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Right? So absolutely everyone have a happy Thanksgiving.
Drive safely.
Yeah. If you're at families, gathering, some kind of Thanksgiving gathering, let your relatives or other people in attendance drive your cars, drive theirs. It's a good time to take the kids for a ride to get them away from the folks for a minute,
Yeah. Your cousin's new boyfriend or girlfriend who's into cars, tell them about this hip, cool podcast that you listen
to. Yep. And then that'll make or break their relationship. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then you didn't do it. We did it. Ian and I did it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. At your service.
Yeah.
Everybody, we love you.
We do.
Thank you. And goodbye.